Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we should see an increase in the sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be in the low to mid 40s. Tonight, an increase in the clouds. An overnight low drops down into the low 20s. Thursday will be in and out of the clouds. Our high on Thursday will be in the low to mid 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Busch Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? Is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Oh, my goodness, everybody. It's Wednesday, January 28th, and I know you were expecting the Phil Elson voice. Sorry, it had to be me. Myself, Christian Johnston, and Fisherman Clay Henry going to join you for all 3 hours today. We got Grant Hall coming up in a couple segments, and we're going to have a good Wednesday. We hope everybody out there being safe. Don't drive if you don't have to. Just use proper precaution. No question about it. What a day yesterday in sport. Razorbacks go in there and flip the switch. You got the best player, so you don't have to be as consistent in basketball. So we'll work on consistency, but it helps when you have the best player. Bill Belichick not getting in on his first ballot. I'm 100% for it. Spygate, cheating, all the stuff that went on with that Deflategate. He was in charge of all that. I don't think he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So I maybe I'm in the minority. But there's consequences for your actions. No question about that. Don't just cover it up and forget about it. So I'm there, but we're going to get into it today. We got anything you guys want to talk about. Anytime the teacher's away, it's kind of a substitute day. We'll just we'll do what we want and have fun doing it. Christian Johnson, enjoyed doing the post-game show with you last night. How you feeling this morning?
It's always good to come into work after a win, especially on the road. And, on the horizon, you got a even bigger game. I guess they're all
halfway point this Saturday. Will be the 9th game.
Yeah, and if you get that win, you're in pretty good shape for the rest of the SEC slate. Just this team is good enough to beat you, even like you saw last night. Even when they don't have the best shooting performance from behind the arc, they can kill you inside too.
Biggest lead Arkansas had was 4 points. It came with 11 seconds to go in the game. That's right. Hey, Clay, Welcome in today. Thank you so much for joining us a little bit early. We're going to have a good show today. What do you think of the basketball team last night?
I thought it was a huge victory, first of all, because you have to get some road wins. I mean, you can't just do it by going 9-0 at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've got a chance to go 9-0 at home, but they have to pile up some road victories, and they only had one. Well, now they have two. And I think that every time that you get one of these road wins, it's a big check mark for the NCAA selection committee in their seeding process. That they don't have that excuse of saying, well, they lost two bottom feeders on the road, and you know that you needed to win at Ole Miss. They're not going to be in the top half of the conference, I don't think. And Oklahoma has shown that they're not likely to be in the tournament. I think Oklahoma played really well last night, and they did a lot of things right, and they had a good shooting performance. So to me, that was a great road victory.
They reminded me, I'm 100% with you, Clay. It's tough to win on the road. They reminded me of Arkansas football. Oklahoma basketball did. They would do a little bit here, but no, you never thought, man, they got enough to get them over the hump. It's like they got a couple nice pieces. They had the guy Pack that could shoot it. They had a big that was decent. Five was getting some blocks and running up and down the court a little bit. But for the most part, I thought we were better. It's kind of like watching
the most
Arkansas
talented team won.
Yeah, or watching Arkansas Texas A&M football when Bobby Petrino had them, and we were rocking. I mean, that was one of our better games. But never really felt, the better team was A&M. The better team won. That's kind of what I saw last night.
Yeah, I think I would go with you on that. That's not something to debate. I think you're straightforward and you pegged it.
What
right.
about our bigs, Clay? Are you impressed with Pringle and Malik Ewing, how they've played? And we've talked about this before. I think you and I have talked about if you could combine those two guys into one player, you'd have a really, really special player. Not to take anything away from their individual, because they're just a little bit different. But looking at what the Pringle and Malik Ewing did, man, that you'd sign up for that every week.
I think that it is probably hard if you're a big man to play in this system. They're 5 out most of the time.
Right.
And that's not normal for a big. And there are times where they're screeners, and there's times that they what they call it, ghost you. They don't want to bring another man up there, so they just get some movement out of a fake screen. I think that they're going to continue to learn how to play with these guards and what's expected of them, and what their role is. But for someone to expect that both of those guys or one of those guys is going to post up on the block, that's not happening with this team. That's just not the way they're going to play.
I agree with you, and there comes down. There's a problem and there's a solution, and when you play basketball, when you play football, when you play sports, what you're trying to do is when the defense gives you something, you're reacting to it, and whatever they do is wrong. You're always running, and this Bobby Petrino, and this goes down from 7th grade basketball, but everything's a two-way street. Where are his shoulders? Where is he leaning? Where is he going? All right, then we're going to go the other way. So you let him make the first move, and then we make our move. And that's what you're talking about when it comes to slipping a screening, figuring out are they going to blitz the ball carrier? Are they going to trap after two dribble? What is the defense going to throw at you? And then you have to recognize it, pattern recognition, whether it's if you're getting an outside release and then all of a sudden you think it's cover 2, then it's cover 3, then you got to straighten your stem back up and come back down. Outside release, you stay outside. Same concept in the basketball world. When they do something, whatever they do is wrong, and then you go ahead and you go with your game plan, and then you let the athletes, you let cream rise to the top, and that's what this Arkansas team did last night.
And watching these young guards, and we want to. I'm sorry, we want to talk about offense all the time, and what I see is small growth on the defensive end. It is not. They haven't flipped the switch and suddenly great defensive players, but they're starting to do things. And every once in a while, Calipari understands that he's got a freshman guard, and he can't put one of those guys on the other team's best player. So he brings in DJ Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought DJ had a really nice game when he was on pack in the second half. And it really changed the tempo of the game. And you think, well, what did he do that the others can't do? Well, I think it's the crunch of the moment. They know what the scouting report is. That guy, you could not let him go right. I'm talking about Pat.
Mm-hmm.
When they let him go right, he got in deep, and then bad things happen, when you get to the paint. And Wagner, first of all, he denied the ball, made it tough for him to have the ball. And other guys were taking shots, which is what you want. And he made him go left when he had the ball. Well, that's a dribble straight to the sideline. It's not, he can't turn and go north-south like he could when he was going right. So that's what I saw, is that their freshman guards can't stop dribble penetration. They have to understand that you shadow. You don't play head up. You shadow it and make him go to his weak hand. And then they're not nearly as good. Not very few guards can go to their offhand the way
especially
they
at
can.
this level. No, there's
That's
a
what
reason.
I'm saying.
There's
At the SEC.
There's a reason he's a fifth-year senior. Another thing I liked was defense in the second half. We got a little better. They shot 53% in the first half. They shot 36% in the second half, so that was good. The other thing, Clay, that I really liked, and I brought this up yesterday with Christian on the post-game show, Malik Thomas, almost one of his better games. So he was 7 for 11 if you take away 0 for 4 from the three-point line. 7 for 11 from field goals. And I loved his hesitation. I loved how he tried to create. I loved how he tried to play downhill. And I love the fact that he's 0 for 4 from the three-point line. You know what? Let's don't shoot 4 more three-pointers. Let's attack. Let's do something else. Let's create, try to get our teammates involved. And I think they all did that. Like, as far as Carter Knox, Darius Acuff, I mean, they would shoot the three when it was there, but they didn't look like we forced the three-pointer, especially when it's not falling. That's a sign of a mature team.
Yeah, I think that he's got so many different skills in his arsenal, and you don't see 18-year-olds in the SEC shoot that floater. And I think that's something that Coach Cal really stresses. And you see his guards that have made it to the league, they've got that floater, because the bigs in the NBA aren't going to let you get to the rim. So you have to have that floater, and he's got it. Acuff's got it, and that they're unicorns as far as freshmen in the SEC with that shot. There's not really a defense for it. And, that's the shot you want them to take. If you're the defense, don't let them get to the rack where we're going to foul them and they get an and one.
Yeah, they shoot free throws too good. No question about that. And the thing also about, like, showing that floater, Clay, it gives the appearance to the defensive guy that you're throwing the oop so he doesn't even come attack. Because he's kind of usually, like, if whoever's guarding Pringle, who's ever guarding Ewing, who's ever guarding Brazil, when our guards beat our guy, they act like they're going to come back, but we act like we're shooting a floater, which also looks like a lob pass.
It's like a lob.
So then they stay on our guy. So you're getting an uncontested floater, which is a win-win. And then Brazil's help defense late in the fourth quarter. What we've talked about this before. I think he's the best in the country at help defense, coming up, sliding over, getting a block, saving layups, saving easy baskets. And he did. He came down the stretch late. I want to say there was a minute left to go on the clock. He slides over, gets the biggest block of the game.
Yeah, that guy got pretty deep, beat his man. I think Thomas got picked. I mean, they screened him, and his man got pretty deep, but it wasn't deep enough, so to speak. I mean, it's like, and Brazil timed it perfect. It wasn't a foul. It was just the best defensive play of the game, and that's how you win games, is that you make those plays in the final minute. And they did on both ends of the court. They made plays. One, they rebounded misses, and that's the finish of a defensive stop. And I think that they have played enough games that I trust their freshman guards. Everything that I see tells me that they're getting better, they're still learning, and they're taking coaching. And I want to change gears a little bit. There is nothing more fun than listen to a coach that is enjoying his work and wants to tell you about it in the postgame. Cal, he kind of pulls the curtain back and gives you a pretty good listen to what's going on and how he's working with some of these young players and really all the players. And I loved his explanation last night of their goals for the game is to do the easy things hard. And think about that for a minute. The easy things, don't do them just easy. You know they're easy, so really put something into it. And that, that's how you get to a game over, and you only have 6 turnovers because you didn't do anything that was hard. You made it all simple and easy. You just did it hard. And I think that when you go on the road and you get to the basket and you don't turn it over and you don't foul, guess what that spells? WIN.
It gives you a chance. And one of the things, and I love that, I love what Coach Cal said there too. One of the things my pop said being a coach was, you do the little things right and the big things that take care of themselves.
They do.
And that's the same concept. We're the better athlete. Most nights, this Arkansas team and a Coach Cal team, look at the last 20 years. There's not 7 times a season that Coach Cal's coaching against better athletes. Usually his team is the most athletic, and that's the case. I haven't seen a team yet that Arkansas's played. Maybe Houston, Clay. I'm talking
had the guards.
I'm talking conference play.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a team yet that's just more athletic. And now maybe Kentucky, but I didn't get to watch the Duke game. But Houston looked like they looked like they had dudes that matched up with us.
Yeah, they did, and they had enough that. Their depth, the guys they brought in off the bench, just like Arkansas, they
were all good. They would
really
start
good
on other teams. That's
they would,
right.
Yeah. They brought something when they subbed. And I love their guard Flemings. I watched a lot of that Texas Tech game, and I guess did he get 42 or something like that? It was something obscene. But yeah, I think that this team has continued to move forward. They're continuing to take coaching, and I don't think they've peaked yet. I think their best basketball is still ahead of them. And the really exciting part about this is that you've seen every single aspect of defensive pressure that teams can put on Acuff, and he's handled it all. They tried to trap him. He got it to the guy that was open.
He makes the right play. There's something to be said about that. Well, we're going to continue to try to make the right play for the next 3 hours, and we're going to have Grant Hall coming up at about 11:30, and then it's just you guys. It's myself, Fisherman Clay Henry, and Christian Johnston on the board. If you guys want to get in with us, we'll talk whatever you want. 877-377-6963. We got Razorback basketball. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got the Cleveland Browns hired a football coach. Bill Belichick missing out on his first go-round, and another snow day. So everybody, stay warm. Give us a call. Hang out.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice spec.
We got puppies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutziers.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
There's nothing better than hitting a bet unless your whole crew hits it with you. That's what MyBookie's all about. Are you ready for the next 2 weeks of the NFL? We're hooking you up with 2 can't-lose locks of season. Bet up to $10 per lock and double your money when they hit. Select the Lock of Season tab in the sportsbook. Wager up to $10 per lock. Double your money on 4 bets that can't lose. Don't forget about the Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie now, punch in code HOGS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If you don't hit on the first bet, just use your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. Must opt in to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Flavored water on their TV show called Cowgirls. Oh, my favorite band. Clothes and food and drugs for free. If it was 1970, I'd have a job in a factory. That's made of me. But you're really in it.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, back halftime this beautiful Wednesday. I know everybody is worried about Champions League today. It is the final round of the group stage. Top 8 goes on, and I love how they do it. I'm just kidding. We're not going to talk soccer. Christian Johnston on the board. Clay Henry with us as well. One soccer note. Ted Lasso got a new season coming out. Clay, he's coaching the women's Richmond team this year. Maybe we can make a couple seasons out of that.
I got to watch it. He's my guy. I think he's it was, first of all, they had wonderful writers. I thought the finale of the first go round of the Ted Lasso was just, it wrapped up every single loose end from every episode. They I don't know whether they planned that or they just went back and said, okay, let's take care of this. Let's take it. But it was wonderful. And I watched it several times. It never gets old. And I know that you and I are soccer aficionados, but I don't think it would matter. I think if you didn't know anything about soccer, you would still enjoy it.
Good writing is good writing. I'm a Jason Sudeikis fan.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff he does I like. And yeah, and then the jokes are good, the storylines are good, the character development is good. It's pretty solid, man. I think also, if I remember right, Clay, the finale they filmed in Kansas City at a Mumford & Sons concert.
Yeah,
So
they
you're
did.
talking about finales for the first season, the second season, and the third. This one right here should be epic.
I think so too. You'll get this, and if you didn't watch the series, the first go round, I encourage you to figure out how you can watch it. I think you can I think it's Netflix, right?
Apple TV.
Apple TV. Okay, there you go. It's worth your time, and if you like good writing and you like good plots.
Not a lot of curse words,
No.
the writing's pretty clean, in a day and age when stuff just people want to be vulgar and grotesque. It's just smart and sharp.
Breath of fresh air.
Yeah, there you go.
And I especially love the very start where he hands out little plastic army men.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get in my Tundra, up on the dash is a little plastic army man, and everybody asks me, what is that? I said, that's our last line of defense.
That's right. And
You have to watch the show to get it.
I like it. Well, we're having a good time today. If you guys want to get in with us, please do 877-377-6963. We got Grant Hall coming up in about 10 minutes. Clay, if you want to get in this one, get in a little bit now, and we get in with Grant and, whatever topics we want to bounce around to. And you kind of explained it to me. It's what happened with basketball seating and baseball seating in a couple of years past. But now the football seating is going to be changed based on your donation, and it doesn't matter what you did the year before. It only matters what we're going to do forward, and things are about to change at the football stadium.
Yeah, they didn't. They increased some prices. I think suite holders it's gone up a little bit, but basically what they've done is make sure that everyone is paying the same amount for you to be in that section. And there are people that were grandfathered in at a lower price, and they think that buying tickets for 40 years or 50 years, or some of them, their families have had those seats forever since the stadium was built, in some cases, that they ought to be able to pay that price grandfathered in. And it's been a slow process, but a lot of that was done by Coach Broyles, and he looked out for the people that had been with them the longest. But in some ways, in today's world, everybody needs to pay the same thing because of the increased cost of doing business. The $20 million that they had to come up with to pay revenue share.
It's inflation is what you're talking. Yeah, it's. I agree with you on that. That you shouldn't be grandfathered in. You should still have to pay a bump, but is there not an initiation fee to get in there? Is there other ways to go about it where if you've been paying for tickets for 30 years? Well, yeah, I'm going to give you $1,000 break, of course, as far as on the up to, instead of making you pay full price. I do think there should be some of that, but it doesn't seem like there is.
No, there isn't. And I I'm probably not with you on that. I think that if I bought tickets 20 years ago and they told me this is what it cost and I paid it, and then they raised the price, I pay that, and you find out that the guy that has 10 seats beside you on that row is not paying that price, that he's paying that same price that he paid 30 years ago for his donation, or not making a donation. They either need to raise their level of contribution, donation, or they can move to a section where it's a lower fee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I mean.
There's seats in the stadium for all these people. Nobody's
right.
going to take them, say you can't be in the stadium. There's a price level that fits what they were donating. It's not 14 rows up on the 50-yard line. And that's the problem is that those center sections, they should be paying a premium. And that's the only way they can pay their coaches. That, they added, 14 different coaches, different, recruiting analysts and the recruiting problems that I think Richard did a good job of outlining, that what Arkansas is paying wasn't up to standards, both in coaches and in NIL. And the only way to do that is for everybody to pay the same level, and for it to, they've got to find some more money.
Well, and they did. They let go a lot of people.
They did.
Kevin Trainer, got a different job, so to speak. But that's
$2 million purge is what it was.
Yeah, they let go of some people. No, I'm with you. If you're going to have the seats, there definitely you have to pay money for it. But it seems like what I'm saying is I value loyalty, and if you've been paying tickets for 30 years. Then yes, we'll give you 5% off. We're not going to make you it, and so that comes into the guy beside me's been paying for tickets for 3 years. Well, I've been paying for tickets for 30 years, and then you get 5%. Like that's all I'm saying. Throw the guys a bone for longevity, for loyalty.
I see partly that, but I don't think that's what they're.
I don't think they are either, and they don't ask me, and they don't care what I have to say. But I'm with you. That's just my mental makeup, I guess. And maybe I'm a little
I
bit
think
in the
Coach
minority.
Broyles remembers, in some cases their grandfathers buying those seats when nobody wanted them.
That's right. Well, somebody we do want is Grant Hall, and we're going to have Grant Hall coming up. We'll delve into a little bit of this with him. Also the basketball team, also a little Super Bowl talk, a little Bill Belichick talk. Cleveland Browns just hired a new head football coach. A lot going on. A lot going on in sport. Everybody be warm, be safe, and we'll be back right after this.
I hope y'all can hear me. I got a helicopter going over my house.
You're loud and clear.
Oh, Lord.
It's Steven Seagal.
That's not good timing. I can't hear myself.
This is halftime.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all, and they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at HRBlock.com.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the River Valley's largest RV dealerships, proudly serving Northwest Arkansas, specializing in sales, parts, and service. We're truly your one-stop shop for all your RV needs. Conveniently located with easy access to I-40 and I-49, we're 40 minutes from Northwest Arkansas and just as close to our friends in Oklahoma, carrying top brands like Grand Design, Coachman, East to West, and Forest River. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original Baby Shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
It's tax season and those checks are coming, so put that refund to work and come see Cody and the gang at Advanced Mechanical Performance in Fort Smith. Need repair or service on your ATV or UTV? Advanced Mechanical Performance can do it all. Plus, they've got you covered on power sports parts and accessories too. Call 434-4161. That's 434-4161. Or stop by 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Advanced Mechanical Performance. It's what you should be striving for.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Around here, we don't just know your name. We know your dad's favorite truck and your kid's baseball team. That's how it is when you've been in the same town for 90 years. At Hug Chevrolet GMC, we believe in handshakes, hometown service, and treating you like family. Because you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor. Hug Chevrolet GMC. The people, the place, the pride.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Rolling down backwoods, Tennessee byway. One arm on the wheel, holding my lover with the other. A sweet, soft southern thrill. Worked hard all week, got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better. I'm together with my Dixieland.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Now let's get back to halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend Matt Jones.
All right, very nice work on DJ C Unit getting it done today. Myself, C Unit on the controls, Hall of Famer Fisherman Clay Henry with us as well, and then we're joined by another Hall of Famer, Grant Hall, Hall of Fame Wednesday, and we got it going on. Grant, man, what's up on this this snow week? How you been hanging? Everything? Everybody safe? Everybody good?
Yeah, we dug out yesterday and went down and had lunch at Hugo's and enjoyed just kind of getting out. It's finally thawing up here a little bit. But, Clay, I want to ask you, I saw yesterday that Clinton Thomas died at age 90. 2 national championships, 47 straight wins for those Oklahoma teams back in the 50s. Do you remember anything about him at all? I mean, you're younger than me, so maybe you do. I think 1957 was one of his years. But I thought it was interesting that Arkansas played Oklahoma on the same day that happened.
Yeah, I tell you, it's. I was trying to think of somebody comparable at Arkansas, and I guess it would be Eddie Bradford. Do you think Eddie might be one of the last living Razorbacks? Grant, you might know that better than me.
Yeah, he's like 88 or 89, something like that. Lost a lot of them here just in.
Yeah.
Sammy Hilburn died the other day, who's actually was on that A club. I think he was about 83 or something. And, but anyway, he was a great player for Bud Wilkinson back in the day. I want to ask both you guys.
Switzer would be one of the oldest too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I want to ask a strategy question, because people have been asking me today. John Calipari called timeout last night with a 3-point lead and kind of iced his own shooter, Malik Thomas, at the free throw line with 13 seconds left. And it worked out, obviously, because Thomas made the free throw after the timeout, 4-point lead. They went down there. I think Pack missed a three. Wagner got the rebound, threw it down court. Worked beautifully. Others wondered why, if then Thomas had missed the free throw and Oklahoma had been able to hit a 3-point shot to tie it. Arkansas was out of timeouts at that point. And you can't advance the ball the way you do in the NBA or women's basketball. And I'm sure Cal had a reason. Maybe it's maybe the fear of the 4-point play, because Porter Moser said that's why he did not foul at the end of regulation against Missouri, because of the new rule where there's this continuation thing, and it's harder to foul people without their getting a shot attempt off, and maybe that played into it. What would you guys think?
Well, he said it after the game. He said exactly what he did. His instruction during the timeout was to foul so that they would shoot 2 free throws when they're up by 3, and if he made it, they weren't going to foul. So he gave them the instruction for either scenario. And
that's good. Some people might say, well, that's, does that send a message to Malik that he might not make the free throw? But I don't think John was too worried about that.
I think the confidence that Malik has is like, Coach, don't worry, I got this. I mean,
he never met a shot he didn't like. It was interesting, Clay. He shot all those floaters last night after Acuff made that really artful floater, and Acuff's talked about how that's a really effective shot, and you need that shot for the level of basketball where he's going. And by the way, can we just name him SEC Player of the Year by acclamation yet, or are we not quite far enough in the season?
I think that you're waiting to see which one of these teams emerges over the next 2 weeks as the real contenders, because I don't think we really have a feel of these 3-loss teams. Are they going to stay at 3 losses, or are they going to get more? The part that I love is when you hear Calipari talk. These guards, he's been telling them for the last 2 years. I mean, he's been recruiting, the best guards. He's recruiting the best guards now. Is that you need a floater? You need a floater, and he told them. Like when Thomas went to some of these tournaments in the summer as a rising senior, you need to be working on your floater. And so they took that that message to heart, and they've got a floater now.
And it's the other thing, Clay, is that Arkansas gave up 48 in the first half, and I think 31 in the second half. You can talk all you want to about how this team is still dangerous, though they've lost 6 in a row, or like the LSU was dangerous, but they were getting a player back and all that. But sometimes I don't know if it gets through to the players until they actually experience how hard it's going to be during the game. I mean, Arkansas to me looked like a different team defensively in the second half compared to the first half.
Well, they had only 1 day of preparation. They gave them a Sunday off. They had preparation, and they traveled on Monday.
Right.
So the Saturday to Tuesday game doesn't allow for a lot of preparation. And so they're going to try to start taking 2 days off a week, which to me is a little interesting.
Yeah, well, remember when Eddie Sutton he'd have these 2.5, 3 hour gut practices, and then once conference play came, they might practice an hour and a half or something and save their legs and all that. And I want to ask you guys one more, Matt. I want to get you in on this too. The game between the Rams and Seattle, it was 31-27. The Rams have a 4th and 4 at the 6-yard line with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left, and they tried to score a touchdown and failed. Would you have considered kicking a field goal there to get it to 31-30, and then even if the other team scores 7, you could still tie with 8? You could try to onside kick it. If that didn't work, maybe they get down and kick a field goal or something, but you still have some time and your timeouts. Or do you put it all on that one play, sort of? And you saw McVay race down the sidelines as if to maybe call timeout. He decided not to, and the play didn't work.
I call a play.
Thought?
I get exactly what you're saying, but it's kind of the same thing what Coach Cal did when he called his timeout. I'd have a play call. I'd call my best play, my best fourth and fourth down play. And if I got the look that I want, I'm running it. And if not, I'm taking a 5-yard delay a game and I'm kicking the 3 because there was over 4 minutes left. If there was 57 seconds left, then I gotta run my play. I gotta try to get it. But yeah, there was over 4 minutes left. We're gonna get it to 1 point. It's both defenses are playing absolutely playing well, 100%.
Well, it's kind of like
kick the field goal.
Yeah, I would have. And then the Mendoza play, the play where Mendoza ran over the linebacker and scored the touchdown for Indiana. He said after the game, he had the option to change that to a pass, and he almost did. And they said, why? And he just said, well, let's just go with it, and of course it worked out for him. So all that kind of behind the scenes stuff has always been fascinating to me.
I think the way he explained it is that they had 2 plays called in the huddle and he picked.
Yeah. And obviously it worked out for him, like the whole season did. Just an amazing thing.
Hey, Grant, real quick, one last thing while we got you here. Arkansas, Kentucky, Saturday, 5:30. Atmosphere is going to be jumping. I don't want to look too far ahead, but the next week we play at Mississippi State, 11 a.m. It will be a totally different atmosphere. Anyway, the Hawks can go 2-0 in these next 2 games?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't like the fact that Kentucky lost by 25 or whatever it was last night. Sometimes you think, well, they're done, and then that just fuels them even more. I think Vanderbilt benefited a little bit from Byington being able to spend the night in the athletic building for 2-3 nights. They showed that it looked like better than many motels I've stayed in, where he had that bed that he brought in, and it was just all basketball, and they played great last night, and obviously Kentucky did not. So sometimes you don't want a team coming in that's been beaten like that. But I think Arkansas should be able to handle it all on Saturday. Clay, do you have any thought on that?
I think I think the idea that they're playing Kentucky, every one of these Arkansas players, even though that they weren't Cal players, I'm talking about Pringle and Ewan specifically, but I think that this is a huge game for this team. They still believe that, but also believe that there is revenge for the Kentucky players, knowing that their coach got it handed to them on their own court last year. So I think this is a huge game, and the emotion amongst the players will mirror, what's in the stands. I think it's should be great entertainment and fun to watch.
Yeah, and the 2 guys you mentioned were 9 for 9 between them from the field last night, so they should be feeling pretty good about it.
But you know what? With some of these guys on this team, every day is a new world.
And we're seeing it almost every game in the SEC this year. Yeah. Well, you guys stay warm.
Hey, appreciate you, Grant.
I'm jealous Grant went to Hugo's.
Man,
that's one of my favorite places.
Got out of the house, and yeah, everybody about 2 or 3 days, and everybody's like, "Well, we got to go do something." So, Yeah, it was good. Always nice having Grant Hall on, as he usually joins us these Wednesdays. And we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You can't come and not come and come and not come.
This is halftime.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Don't you worry, that was all you. I'm in no hurry, I can take I'm going red, my tongue's getting tired, I'm up ahead, my back's getting dry, I better cha-cha-cha, oh my.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
We'll spend the afternoon together as well. Back, myself, Matt Jones, Christian Johnson on the board, Fisherman Clay Henry with us as well. Just had Grant Hall on, always cool to chat with him. And you know what he's talking about there is I think also you kick the field goal, but if you have a play that you like, it's almost when you're trying to draw them off sides, you go out there and run a couple motions to see if you can get them to jump, but you know you're going to punt, but if they'll jump. So you give yourself a chance, and if you don't like it, in hindsight's always 20/20. I mean, you think of the Denver New England game, and you tell me we have all these 14 analytic assistants. We got all these people doing all these things for your football team, and you don't know that a snowstorm's coming in. You don't know to take your points early. Like that just kind of bewilders me a little bit.
I would agree with you, Matt, and I think that that the conditions were going to deteriorate, and it's. I think there's probably 70,000 people in the stands that probably could have relayed that information to the sideline. Is like,
take your points.
It's about to
Premium.
get bad, boys.
I do love, man. It was a fun Sunday watching those games. My favorite time are the NFL football playoffs are right up there with March Madness, right up there with Augusta. Just one of my favorite sporting, right up there with Champions League. You know, one of my favorite sporting events to watch.
Man, I got a question, and it's really fascinating to me what's going on at Pittsburgh. And then maybe this is a Phil question because he's a Steelers guy. But I always believed that Mike McCarthy was a good coach, whether he's with the Packers or the Cowboys. I thought he did well, and I think he handles quarterbacks well. And I think it's a good hire, but I've heard a lot of people say that he failed miserably in Dallas. I mean, he had winning records. I mean, I think working in Dallas is problematic. He'll have an easier situation with Pittsburgh. I don't think there's, the Rooney family, I don't think they fancy themselves as coaches. I think he'll do well there.
I do too, and I think that a lot of people that say that aren't football people. You ask former players, you ask coaches, and you know how it's kind of a boys' club, our fraternity, so to speak.
Right.
But I'm with you. No, Mike McCarthy can coach, man. That's a guy I'd want to play for. Like you can just tell certain guys. Coach Calipari, he's a guy that I'd want to play for. You look down the list. Houston Nutt got to play for him, and. But Mike McCarthy would be on that short list. But so would Mike Tomlin, though, the guy they just let go. But I think it's a way more stable of an organization to we're hitting a break. Way more stable of an organization to go to. So I think he's going to have success there. No,
I'll hit the break with you.
Here we go, and we'll be back right after this.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Wes Pruitt from 4-Star Sports Media. The Ozarks have hockey fever, and 4-Star Sports Media is your cure. Get exclusive Arkansas hockey coverage, player stories, and everything that makes Arkansas hockey unstoppable. Hogs can skate, and at 4-Star Sports Media, hockey lives, breathes, and breaks the ice. Podcasts, live shows, and expert takes, all in one place. 4star.live on web and 4-Star Sports M on X.
The Crane Automotive Team has 16 locations across Arkansas and is home to the Crane Commitment. You'll find Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, and access to thousands of pre-owned vehicles. Vehicles for every lifestyle and every budget. Even if you're not in the market for a vehicle, the Crane Team Service Centers offer the latest in vehicle diagnostic technology and certified technicians to take care of your vehicle and get you back on the road. Check them out at craneteam.com. The Ruskin and Zach studios are driven by the Crane Automotive Team.
Hi, this is Philip Carr. After a long winter nap, the legendary Shangri-La Resort on Lake Ouachita is waking back up. Starting Friday, February the 6th, the coffee is hot, the cabins are cozy, and yes, those famous homemade pies are back in the oven. Whether you're here for a world-class fishing or just a quiet slice of paradise, we've missed you. Visit ShangriLaResortAR.net to plan your February getaway or give us a call at 870-867-2011. Shangri-La Resort in beautiful Midada, Arkansas. A touch of paradise and a boatload of fun.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we should see an increase in the sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be in the low to mid 40s. Tonight, an increase in the clouds. An overnight low drops down into the low 20s. Thursday will be in and out of the clouds. Our high on Thursday will be in the low to mid 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Oh, my goodness. 12:01 here. Just moving right along. Having a good time. The C unit, we got to get it behind the scenes so people can hear the stories the unit's telling me in here during the commercial break that I don't know if they're allowed for air, but maybe a special
I can play the audio right now.
Special premium package, maybe, for special
behind
content.
the scenes.
Yeah, we got it going on, and Clay Henry with us as well for the next couple hours. Everybody be safe out there, no question about it. Let's dive in a little more to this basketball game from last night. I think the unit has a little bit of sound to some of the players. I want to kind of get Clay's thoughts on. Who do you think's been improving the most? Who is the Robin to the Batman? And is it okay that there's 6 Robins? Like, is that okay that we don't know who it's going to be? The defense might take away somebody, and then who's going to step up? Because we know who's consistent. That's Acuff. Is it going to be Malik Thomas? Is it going to be Malik Ewing? Is it going to be Trevion Brazil? Who is that guy you think is going to be the second most consistent guy on the team?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, let's go, and then we're gonna play a little sound. But if you want to go for it.
I think that it is really good that it's going to vary, and I think without question, his Robin is Malik Thomas. I mean, I think you've seen that emerge, and he's the guy that when they're down will get them big baskets. I'm talking about. They're down 13. I'll go back to the first conference game. It was Tennessee, and they were down in the first half, and he got them back in it. I'm talking about Malik Thomas. Now, down the stretch, it was Acuff. But I thought his 18 points were really critical. They were points when the other team was rolling. Those are momentum breakers. And I saw some of that last night when Arkansas was down by 13.
No panic though, huh? That I know.
No.
I'm just
going to do my thing.
Right, like you saw Acuff kind of put his hands, like everybody just calm down, and you think about Malik Thomas, 0 for 4 from the 3-point line, 7 for 11 everywhere else, and both those two dudes, Clay, Ricky Council was one of those guys. Khalif Battle, and what I mean is when there's 2 minutes left to go in the game and Khalif Battle's going up to shoot free throws, I don't. You call it all the timeouts you want to. That's how I feel about these two guys.
Yeah, I think that's true. Now Acuff missed him against LSU, but he made the big one. I think that Thomas is one of those guys that he can miss 4 in a row or 5 in a row. He thinks the next one's going in.
But I think he has the realization to not keep chucking.
And
that shows some maturity.
Oh, yeah, I think he definitely is. When you listen to him talk, and this is the guy that, when you bring in a guy and they're unheralded and they've never been in the pressure cooker, he's been the guy for a long time. He was a 5-star as soon as he came out of the womb. I mean, he's that good for that long. And when he talks, you realize that he's done many, many interviews. I loved it when they asked him, I think it was on SEC Now, on the SEC network, they talked to him after one of the games. And it's like, what were you thinking when you were struggling right out of, right before the Christmas break? And he goes, nothing.
I love it. That's like
nothing.
That's like our
nothing to see here.
Our track guy that who might be representing our country in the next Olympics. He didn't perform good at the track meet, and he's like, I had to tell myself, we're gonna have to do better this time. Just the way that and you gotta kind of, and to one of our favorites, Ted Lasso, you got to be a goldfish. You just got to move on and go forward.
He knows he's good.
That's right. He knows. He got some sound.
Confidence.
Yeah, Clay was talking about how Malik and Darius kind of gel together, and this is Malik kind of on the rapport.
I would say we built our relationship way before we got to college. Talked daily before we got to school. So just to pick each other's brain all throughout college just count. All throughout high school counts. On the phone, just making sure we checking up on each other. That was the part before we got here, but now that we're here, every day, just make each other better, guard each other every single day, share knowledge, gain wisdom, and just iron sharpen iron, in my opinion.
That makes me think of what, Clay, what you brought up right there when he's talking about guard everybody hard in practice. That makes me think about doing the little things the right way.
I'll never forget doing an interview with Al Dillard when he was first came to Arkansas, and it was in preseason, and somebody, I think it was Brad Dunn, says, you need to go talk to him. He's going to be more of a factor than you think. And I was talking to Al, and I said, how's it going in practice? And he goes, oh, Lord, get me to game time.
Mm-hmm.
Get me to game time. I said, why, Alex? And he says, practices are a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, you just think about it. He says, one day, Corey Beck grabs me and says, I got you all day. And then the next day, you think,
Clint
okay,
McDaniel, yeah.
It's Clint McDaniel. And it's like, well, I don't know which one I want. They're both hell.
That's good. I've
practices are tough.
I've been through some Nolan Richardson practice. Now, I haven't been through preseason practice, so I was in game practicing. And Clay, I'm here to tell you, even those practices are harder than the game you're going to play.
You didn't ever have to run Cleveland Hill, right?
No, I didn't. Not with the basketball team. No, sir.
Did football ever run Cleveland Hill?
I've ran hill sprints before many times. I don't think the football team ever went over there, Clay. I guess I would remember if I did, huh?
Well, that's not where you take linemen. I mean, it's just not what you want to do with them. But maybe the backs and the tight ends and the linebackers, they could go over there, tight ends, run Cleveland Hill. But I don't even like going up in my truck. It's like, this is a good place to blow out a transmission.
It'd drain half your golf cart battery. That's right.
Or all of it. But I think that what you see is that they're getting better. They're learning. They're still, every single game is a little bit different, a new day for these guys. And I think that's partly, like, you don't really know what the other team is going to present and how they attack Acuff, and they figure that out. And somewhere in the middle of the first half, they start to kind of rock and roll. They didn't have a bad start. They had a bad middle last night.
I liked a little bit how Coach would put Acuff off the ball just to run a screen for him to get it set up where when Acuff brings the ball up from the jump, the defense is able to set up what you're just talking about. But when we put Wagner and we take 8 seconds off the shot clock to run Acuff through a screen and to run some type of play to get him the ball, then they're not set up and ready to run their defense as well. So I thought it was some good sportsmanship between the two coaches.
Well, and there were a couple of times when they ran those screens that the defense switched, and now you got a guy on Acuff that can't handle it. I thought Eric Musselman was really good at the off-ball screens to get matchups that he wants. If a team's going to switch, we're going to use that, and we're gonna let them switch, and all at once they got a big on a guard, and that's a layup. Is what it is.
Well, we did. We outscored them 56-30 in the paint. It seemed like we had a few fast break points, not a lot, but there was times when we let our athletic ability get us easy buckets. And what I mean is we'd get a shot block or we'd get a rebound, and within 6 seconds, 4 seconds on the other side, we were getting a dunk or an easy bucket. And you got to be able to find a way to manufacture 20 of those points. And that's just doing the little things the right way and doing them faster than the others. And then you're able to do that. And then again, I love how we shoot our free throws, Clay.
Oh, they're shooters. They're scorers. They've all got scorers mentality, other than probably Pringle. And Pringle's not a bad free throw shooter, and he makes his share. I haven't seen him lose a game because of free throw shooting yet. I mean, it's maybe the Michigan State game was bad free throw shooting. I'm trying to remember that far back, but yeah, it's. I tell you what, I enjoy watching them play. And maybe it's that supreme athletic ability, and you want to see what they're going to do next. But I want to tell you, there's a couple of times Billy Richmond got it out in the perimeter, and his guy gave him a little bit of a step forward, like I'm gonna guard you. He was by him in a blink of an eye and laying it up. That guy, his when he decides to go, it is fun to watch.
He's got
the Billy Goat.
Yeah, he's got a nice first step, and I like his defensive
in his
intensity.
second and third step.
Yeah,
and then he jumps.
and he's physical. He's fun, and they're coming together. You're right. We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back and hear some words from Cal from the game last night. And if you guys want to get in with us, please do. It's Kentucky week, 877-377-6963.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. This is Hog Reaction.
Be good sons to your stepdad, because that was nice of him to take you to that game. I know it's way past y'all's bedtime.
Presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I have been impressed by the crowds that we've seen in these games.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer's Sunrooms and more. Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Only on ESPN 95.3.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Has your spouse suddenly entered the transfer portal, going from a franchise player to a prima donna ready to take the money and run? Don't let her get away with a huge buyout. Be proactive and call Mock Legal Solutions today to ask about custody, alimony, and child support. 479-769-1505. Because even in divorce, the best offense is a good defense. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
I think we should start seeing other people.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pricing coverage match limited by state law.
When it's time to stock the bar, fill the cooler, or grab the perfect bottle, stop by River Point Wine and Spirits. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer at the right price. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. So come stock up for game night, date night, or the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see some lightning. Town today. Don't go around tonight, or if I take your flight. There, the moon on the right.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Now let's get back to halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend Matt Jones.
All right, just moving right along here. Beautiful Wednesday. Everybody stay safe out there. 877-377-6963 if you want to get in with us. It's always good to win, and that's what the Razorbacks did yesterday. They went to Norman and took care of business, and we got the head ball coach. We got a little sound unless you missed it, and then we'll chat about it. Go ahead, Unit.
Exactly what we went through a year ago. And stuff didn't bounce your way, but we can do this. And so my guess is I wouldn't want to play these guys the next couple games. We go 2 for 17 from the 3 and eke out a game. And my 2 freshmen played well. I thought DJ did a great job on pack. Billy and Carter, our 8 guys, all 8 played well. Gave us something. So, but I'm going to say it again. I've been there a year ago. And all of a sudden you start winning games and you look around and you're right there. I'm just happy we won't play them. Go ahead.
I believe this is still the case. Darius and Malik are the highest scoring freshman duo in the country. I guess just, obviously they came up big again today. I guess just how have you seen those two kind of develop and build that chemistry since they've been on campus?
I had a mother of a kid we're recruiting said, I'm going to be honest with you. I never thought you'd get those two to play together. I can't believe it. I don't know how you did it. But that's getting really good players to give up something, to be about each other. That's what we do. So when you say having 2 freshman guards, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, John Wall, Eric, but I can name about 12 other pairs. They grow to love each other and respect each other. And today, Malik Thomas is the one that separated the game for us. We were struggling to get baskets, and he just drove and got them.
Matt. Thanks.
Coach Malik, when we just spoke to him, he said this was a character building win. Did you get that sense on the road? The environment was getting there. I mean, what does this win do for your team?
I like the fact that we went 2 for 17 and won. So that here's what happens. You miss. You can't be down about skill stuff. You just got to play through. But all the easy stuff, running the court, spacing where you're supposed to, being shot ready, sprinting, defending, rebounding in traffic, yelling for ball. It takes no skill. It takes no confidence. Be confident. It doesn't take that. It's just energy and effort. And then your offense will show because you're building your own muscles by doing it that way. And it's just taking time to get them to think in those terms. Do the easy stuff really hard. See, I've had guys, you've seen guys where they want to make an unbelievable play every 5th play. So the other 4, they don't have to play. So I'm going to do something crazy, boom, and then I'm out for 4 plays. And then I'll do something else. That I can't coach that guy. I mean, I just can't. And so what you're seeing is make easy play. We didn't turn it over late in the game. I mean, for a while, I don't think we turned it over. Says a lot about all of the guys on the team because they were all touching the ball.
Hey, Coach, you talked earlier this week about just wanting a consistent mindset from your team. Curious what you thought about, what was your mindset like today?
Well, I gave them off Sunday. And so we had one day of preparation for this game. And what it showed me was we had the energy we needed late in the game to win the game. My guess now is I'm going to give them tomorrow we'll shoot free throws, watch tape, but nothing else. We got 2 days to prepare for a game. I think we play Saturday. All I'm saying to this team, this may be a 2-day-a-week off team and bring it during the games. Really smart. We are athletic and our speed does kill. And so maybe that's this team. I got to figure that out. But when you practice, you've got to go. Because when you're on that court, you only know one thing. I'm going hard. Everything I'm doing is locking into this practice. So I've got to figure that out with this group.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of briefly touched on it already. When you go 2 for 17 from beyond the arc and you're able to score 56 points to paint, what you like about your team getting downhill and getting into transition tonight?
Well, I got a couple guys that are so good going to the rim, but they got that bag of tricks over here that they got to grab into and shoot contested threes. Like, why? When you go to the rim, you're either dunking it, grabbing, and one. Why would you do it? Well, that's part of me. I can really, okay, now you're 0 for 4. You could have had 8 more points, maybe 9, 10, because they would have fouled you. They'll get it, but they got to keep sticking their hand on the stove and just say, come on, man. And one of the things I told them this week, the guys that have played for me, we're coaching individual players to be their best. My staff adds value to individual players or they're not on my staff. Well, they'll say, well, you don't care about winning. Well, you probably haven't watched me coach or been in a practice. You can say that. Not true. But I do know my responsibility is to help every player be their best. I will not live with regrets. They might, because they won't listen. And they'll fight me till the end. Okay? You're going to look back and say, I should have just listened. Yeah. 80 guys get drafted and, made $6 billion and shit, 13 All-Stars and MVPs. But you do it your way. And that's where I am with some of the guys. Just look, I'm trying to make it so you are your best. The other thing with my team, even though there may be the same position, they are not the same. Nick is so different than Malik Ewing. TB, different than those two. Carter and Billy, 2 different players. They may be the same size. Our 3 guards are all completely different. So just be the best you are. Be a star in your role in what you do for us, because everybody's different. So I'm doing everything I can. It's all the mental part of this. And it's hard because you know what they do when the game ends?
You guys scored 56 main points tonight. I guess just how big of an emphasis was that for you guys going into this game? And I guess just what kind of led to that?
It's been an emphasis every game we play. The biggest thing is you can't come down when they're set defensively and mess with the ball and think you're going to touch the lane. If they're back there, just pass it and cut and move and play. And then you can touch the lane. But it's hard because the guy that catches it, he's got to show his bag of tricks before he passes. And it's not one guy. We're really working on that to try to get us to do it. They went zone on the baseline out. They went zone, and I thought our kids executed pretty good. We're a good zone offensive team because we can shoot.
Yeah, second straight game that one of your freshmen has gone from quiet to turning it on in the second half. What do you think it is about Malik Thomas that it's so easy for him to do that?
Because he has an otherworldly belief in himself, confidence. It's not normal. There is nothing I can say that will make him think you can't do something. I won't even try. I'll just look and smile. You say, why would you call that timeout when he had one more free throw? Because I had all the faith in the world he was going to make it. But I also wanted to tell the rest of the guys, if he misses, we're going to foul. We're not going to give him a chance for a 3. But I said, he'll make this. And now look at me, don't foul up 4. Because I figured somebody may try, but they didn't, so.
Yeah, Cal, sorry, I've got one unrelated to tonight, but you were here for a couple of the Thunder's playoff games, following Shea and Kaysen. What was it like kind of following their run in the playoffs?
Well, first of all, they're both unbelievable teammates, and they were for me. Unbelievable families that got them to understand it's not just about you, it's about everybody. You go do your thing. But how about Shea giving up money that would have been his that he gave to the team so that they could pay other guys and give them more? How about Kaysen Wallace ends up being Defensive Player of the Week? Think about it. Now, you understand he could score. He's doing whatever they want him to do. Unbelievable teammates. Shea was so locked in this summer to coming back and doing a repeat of what he does. It was like I can't even get a hold of him right now. And that's unusual. If I text him, I got to call. I text his mom. I mean, she's still got the same number. But you know what? I respect that. He is so locked into his team and his own family. Both of those two. I'm so proud of them and what they've been able to do, and what they did for me and my family.
Final question, Jeff.
John, obviously the next game is Kentucky. I think you were open with us last year about the emotions going into it. Is it just another game now that they're coming home to Bud Walton, or are there still going to be emotions for the likes of you, DJ, some of the other?
I don't think so. But what I would say, it's the next game, and we're in a different position. We kind of flipped the switch. Like last year, we were like, what were we when we went to play them? 6. And then we got them pretty good, but we were 1-6. Somebody said it was. I didn't care who it was. We needed to beat somebody. And now the only significance of the game to me is we need to keep winning because let's stay pace with what's going on and people around us. And they're playing great. Mark Pope's doing a great job. He is. Look, for them to struggle and then to him to get him going, he's the right guy for that job. He is.
Why in this state is Billy called Billy Goat?
This is halftime.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loader griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
There's nothing better than hitting a bet unless your whole crew hits it with you. That's what MyBookie's all about. Are you ready for the next 2 weeks of the NFL? We're hooking you up with 2 can't-lose locks of season. Bet up to $10 per lock and double your money when they hit. Select the Lock of Season tab in the Sportsbook. Wager up to $10 per lock. Double your money on 4 bets that can't lose. Don't forget about the Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie now, punch in code HOGS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If you don't hit on the first bet, just use your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. Must opt in to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
And Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
I mean, that is my dance move, just standing up against the wall. I mean, that's the only move I really got. Unit, are you you got some dance moves? You just went to a wedding.
Yeah, and I definitely dance.
Okay.
I don't
Clay,
know if I've got any moves, but I've tried.
You a dancer when you go to all your shindigs?
I would much prefer to just sit in the corner.
Sames, yeah.
I mean, it's like Gina knows I don't dance.
Clay, I mean, I can't not dance at my own wedding, right?
It was your wedding, so you have to dance. I get that. I get that.
I did the first dance with my daughter at her wedding, so I can step up to the plate and do what needs to be done. But I just kind of I've got a few moves, but it has to be a special occasion for me to use them.
Fair enough. Well, that was an interesting interview, and like Clay, you brought up, I think you can tell, and you've heard a lot of coaches speak. I've heard coaches speak my whole life, but you can tell when coaches really like their team, and I think Coach Cal sees the type of team he has, and then he's trying to let them take accountability by pretending, and I love this. It's like he's pretending that they get a say so, and they do. But Coach Cal is he's the ultimate veto. He gets the say so and everything. But what he's doing, he's saying, look, you guys do it the right way, then I'll take care of you as well. And that's kind of what he's doing as far as saying we're gonna watch film and shoot free throws. We're really not going to make him get after it because we do just have an 8-man rotation and really
save our energy for the game.
That's why. But I see it's all psychology 101 to be a really good head ball coach. I've been around a lot of them, or a couple of them that are really good, and I think Coach Cal has that psychology 101 down.
You listen to guys that have won national championships. There's a method to their madness. Everything they do has a reason tied to it, and they know when to make adjustments, when to challenge somebody, when to back off, how to push the buttons. I think that he's. I listened to Dane Bradshaw, who was on the call last night, and his boss, John Thornton, Thunder Enterprises in Chattanooga, is a friend of mine. He comes and fly fishes with me in Arkansas, and I've gone and stayed at his home in Chattanooga, and Dane is his president, It works for him. And I've had a chance to be around Dane a little bit, and I knew that he knew Cal. He's a Memphis guy. He grew up in Memphis at White Station when Cal was coaching the Tigers there in Memphis, and went to Tennessee, played for Bruce Pearl. I thought he might have an interesting thought on Coach Cal. The day he was hired at Arkansas, I called Dane, and we talked for about 30 minutes, and he told me that the key is that he needed a place where he was appreciated, and that he would be like in rare air, comfortable in this setting, comfortable in his skin, building something again. That's what he does best. And you hear him in these post games or midweek press conferences, and you sense that he is enjoying himself. I mean, I see him smile. I see him happy. He's got happy kids. That's in one of the predictions that Dane made is what you're going to find out is that he recruits good people. And I hadn't thought about that. What's the difference? Well, a great player that's also a good person, easy to coach.
In locker room, yeah, cohesive, listens. Where do you
don't bring any turds in?
Yeah, I know. And being in a basketball locker room to a football locker room, they're definitely a little. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, but it only takes one bad guy in a basketball locker room to mess it up.
Because it's only 13 players.
That's right. And there's really 8 or 9 guys that play. If one of those guys
he sulks,
then it's because then he's going to bring somebody with them, and then you just got a mess, and it doesn't. Nobody wants.
Hey, we saw that a few years ago.
That's
at
true.
the end with Musselman.
Yeah, no, that's.
You had guys that, hey, I'm not getting the ball anymore.
It's weird because it's like, well, let's be like what Coach Cal just said. Let's be a star at our role, and if we do that, we're going to win a lot of ball games. And the remedy for any of this is wins. That's and I get it. You want to make kids a better human. You want to help families. You want to get kids to realize they can do things that they didn't think was possible. All that stuff's true, but what it comes down to is, are you winning basketball games? Are you winning games? That's the truth.
Yeah, I listened to Coach Cal talk about Malik Thomas, and I listened to Thomas, and I watch the way he interacts with players. I tell you who he reminds me of is Todd Day. I mean, you ever remember Todd being shy about taking a shot? You ever remember him thinking, I need to pass for a few possessions?
Unlimited confidence, yeah.
He thought he could do it, and generally he could. I mean, if you say, just give me the ball for about 5 possessions and I'll get you 10 to 15 points. 10 to 15, I'll get you.
Where do you put? So we're at the halfway point Saturday, Clay. So yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna mark it down as a win yet. I do think this Hog team would go 8-1 at worst at home this year because they're that just athletic in that atmosphere. Let's say they win. They go 7-2 at the halfway point. They're sitting nice, to get that double bye. I looked at A&M's schedule. I think they'll come back down to earth a little bit. Arkansas has some tough games coming up. You're going to get a rematch with Auburn. You got to go to Alabama, at Mississippi State and LSU. You might think those aren't
Florida.
very important, but they're very important. They're road games that you should win.
No, the pressure is on you to win those games if you want to be, say, a 3 or a 4 seed. I don't think they can be a 1 or a 2. But they can get to where they're a 3 or a 4, which are really similar. I would think that's a possibility. And let's be honest, the seeding is important. It is huge, and the teams that have those in the NCAA tournament, the teams that are 1, 2, 3, 4, they're the ones that are going to be the most successful.
Do you think so? If they find a way, because you do get A&M later in the year, and you get them at home, so you would own the tiebreaker if everybody won out. But let's say they find a way to win the SEC conference, and then they win the SEC tournament, they would be a 1 seed.
They might be a 1 seed at that point.
Is that kind of so? But let's say they get a double bye. Let's say they get 3rd in the SEC this year. So they get a double bye to the SEC tournament, then they win the SEC tournament. That's what you're talking about, getting a 3 seed or a 2 seed.
If they win enough games to be SEC champs and SEC tournament champs, yeah, they'll be a 1 or a 2 seed. You know, I'm looking around and seeing the teams that. By the way, I watched a little bit of Nebraska and Michigan last night. I was impressed with Nebraska. They're better than I thought they were. Didn't think that they would come within 10 points of Michigan on the road, but they had a chance, and they have got 6 or 7 shooters. And when they played 5 out, and if you left somebody to help with the drive, then they got an easy 3, and they all could make them. Hey, this is going to be a great Friday night. You need to tune in and watch Michigan State and Michigan.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's on Fox.
That'd be a good
Friday
one right
night.
there.
And I'm a fan of what teams like Michigan, Michigan State, and Nebraska are doing in the Big Ten. I think they're pretty good.
Man, you fill it up with shooters, and then you have a couple guys that can be athletes, and you can go a long way, especially if defense travels and you pay attention on the defensive side of the ball.
I think Hoiberg is a good coach, too, Nebraska.
Was he an Iowa State
Yes.
coach? That's what I thought. Yeah.
And I believe that he had 2 players out last night, so that wasn't their best version, and they came close. It was nip and tuck down to the wire. They made Michigan look bad at certain points. And I think that you're going to see them continue to win. I think that was somewhat of a surprise for a lot of people. But when I look at how that Hoiberg built his roster and what he's got, I'm not surprised that they're being successful.
Unit, do you have the sound of what one coach would do to win a Super Bowl? We're going to get into some Super Bowl talk in the next segment, but let's play this sound, Unit. If you got what would you do to win a Super Bowl? Call us, tell us 877-377-6963. If you were the head ball coach, what would you do if it meant your team could win a Super Bowl? Let's hear it, Unit.
Here's Mike Vrabel.
Well, 2019 on Bussin' with the Boys, you said you would be willing to cut off the most important male appendage to win a Super Bowl. Is that?
I mean, maybe I'll cut it in half, but I ain't cut the whole thing off.
Cutting it in half would still, that wouldn't be fun.
Man, that's they're really talking about some stuff.
Do we really want to go there?
That's What else would you do to win a Super Bowl? Vrabel's already won one as well, so that's weird. But he is the head ball coach.
I've already have a big toe missing, so I'll just say
You've already, so you should get a Super Bowl ring then.
Right.
You've already done it.
How about like a Mike Tyson tattoo on your face?
I mean,
I don't know.
I would do that before I do the other one.
Yeah, no question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just don't look in the mirror.
Or a Texas tattoo or Kentucky tattoo. I don't think I could do that.
Well, we're going to get into a little Super Bowl talk. We got a little bit of sound. I'm in agreement. I do not think Bill Belichick should have been first ballot Hall of Famer. When you're a known cheater, there's consequences for your action. Spygate, Bountygate, Deflategate, filming practices. I mean, that's just filming walkthrough. That's just none of that stuff. That's not Hall of Fame. And I'm not trying to be morality police or like that, but that's football stuff. That's not off the field doing something else. That's actual football stuff, cheating. I know he's greatness at what he does, but I'm with it. He's still going to be a Hall of Famer, but first ballot, there's consequences for your actions. But we're going to get into that. Get into a little Super Bowl talk. If you want to get in with this, 877-377-6963. We'll be back after this.
That's an absolutely horse crap call.
This is halftime. Stay warm and dry this winter with Byrne and Carhartt winter workwear. Muck, dry shod, and extra tough rubber footwear to keep those toes dry. Winter clearance racks are full of casual and hunting clothing at 50% off. A select group of Western boots now 50% off. Crappie season is coming and fishing gear is arriving daily. Jelco Outdoors. Work, hunt, fish. That's what we do. Jelco Outdoors. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful. Not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours Or you can use Terra's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all, and they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box. Get started at HRBlock.com.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit WaveRuralConnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, Johnny'sTransmissionFS.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
I wanna be free, like the bluebirds flying by me, like the waves out on the blue sea. If your love has to tie me, don't try me, say goodbye. I wanna be free. Don't say you love me, say you like me.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Now, back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right. With the Monkees on this wintry mix of a Wednesday. And, man, everybody be safe out there. And C-Unit, you're doing a great job. Clay Henry with us as well. I'm hearing reports. I'll have to check my sources. But we might get a special appearance today by Phil Elson today at 1:15.
And I think we should just tell him that he's not needed.
I did. I said, we don't need you. And he said, well, he really wanted to come on. And we were like, okay, you can. No, Phil called me this morning and had some car trouble, and we'll let him explain. I don't really know what all happened, but it's one of those deals, Clay, where every time I've ever had to miss or do anything, it's just like, hey man, take care of what you got to take care of. We'll be here when you get back.
I think that's a good way to handle it. But I also understand that he feels an obligation, and that's, we'll make him feel good by giving him his 10 minutes of fame
on his own radio show. That's
on
right.
His own show.
Well, we're I don't know if I've got your opinion yet. We'll get into it. We're going to get some more sound, but I watched both these games over the weekend, the AFC championship game and the NFC championship game. Watched all four of the playoff games the week before. I'm riding with Seattle. Here's the only thing though. I want Hunter Henry to win a ring. If the Patriots win for Hunter Henry, yes, he's an Arkansas kid. 100%. But the teams that I think who's the better? I think Seattle's got the better team.
Yeah, you got to pull for. I think you're right. I think that they're better at quarterback, a little more experience. I think Drake May's still kind of feeling his way along and make some mistakes. I think the Seattle pass rush will overwhelm him at certain points in the game. Got to pull for Hunter. What a great family that is. I mean, all those Henry boys are good. It's I can remember covering his dad when he was all SEC center, Mark. I've always wanted to go down to Fellowship in Little Rock and listen to him preach. Great teaching pastor at Fellowship, and as I'm a big fan. I've listened to some of his sermons online. They're all recorded, but I haven't sat in the congregation and listened to him. And I told him one time I wanted to do that, and I haven't pulled it off yet.
When I lived in Little Rock there for a handful of years, that's the church we attended for a little bit.
So you heard some Mark Henry.
I do. I like and this their whole mantra, what that church stands for, and what they go about and who they are. I do. I like the way they go about it.
Yeah, it's. I love my favorite story. Mark told me that I wrote a feature on Hunter when he signed. Went down to PA, and Kevin Kelly set me up, and we talked to Anthony Lucas, and then didn't talk a long time with because he was help coaching the tight ends, and they split Hunter out a lot, flexed him. He was almost a wide receiver, and it took him a little while to be an inline tight end at Arkansas. I think that was one of the issues early on for him, is that he'd played in that flex position all of his career at PA to get mismatches. He's on a safety instead of a linebacker, and he could kind of do what he wanted against those guys with his body.
Stronger, yeah,
he was, and could play above them, his hands. But Mark told me about their recruiting visit. He went, of course, the Henrys lived in Georgia for a good part of his elementary school days. So it was Georgia with Mark Richt, and Alabama with Nick Saban, and then Arkansas. So I hear the music.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, and we're going to get back.
There's a really good story waiting on the other side of this break.
I love it. We got 15 seconds to the top of the hour break, and then we get one more hour with you guys. We're moving right along, having a good time. Special guest Dynamite drop-in Blizzery appearance by Phil Elson coming up at 1:15. We'll be back right after this.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Arkansas and Southwest Missouri is offering 50% off installation or no interest if paid in full until 2027. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we should see an increase in the sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be in the low to mid 40s. Tonight, an increase in the clouds. An overnight low drops down into the low 20s. Thursday will be in and out of the clouds. Our high on Thursday will be in the low to mid 40s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no mock at halftime.
What name of one Razorback? Is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Caller text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Boom, boom. Back. Halftime here. Myself, Matt Jones, with Christian Johnston on the boards. Clay Henry with us as well. We were just kind of getting into a Hunter Henry, Mark Henry story. Clay, let's finish that up, and then we'll get to some live fan feedback. And then, like I said, we got the mighty Phil Elson coming up at 1:15.
Yeah, so Hunter Henry is on his visit to Alabama. I'm kind of cutting to the chase here. And the end of an official visit is always right. You come in to talk to the head coach. He's going to try to close. He's going to ask you to commit. And so the whole family is in Nick Saban's office. He's got two younger brothers. And I think this is a Hayden story finishing up. But Nick Saban is doing his pitch, and Hayden fell asleep. You know, they've got like 5 seats in a semicircle around the head coach's desk. And, you know, Mark and Hunter are right in the middle, and Mama's on one side, and then there's Hayden over there. He's the closest to, because of the semicircle, he's the closest to Nick Saban's desk. and Nick is making his pitch to close the deal. And Hayden fell asleep and he's snoring. And the head coach, the old ball coach, Nick Saban, finally stops and is like, I kind of see where this is headed. Says, if younger brother is asleep, I doubt this family is going to move to Arkansas for him to play here.
And a little background on that story, they were sponsored by Chick-fil-A that day, and he had eaten like 5 chicken biscuits, and that's you know how when you're
he was full.
Yeah,
like
when you're
Thanksgiving
6th
dinner.
grade, 7th grade type thing, and then it's like, oh, then you know. So
You've heard that story.
That's a good one though. No, that's a good one.
And that is the truth. The head coach is going to get you last. That's the last thing you do before you leave town is you're going to spend an hour with the head coach.
I had a special whenever Coach Nutt, my dad and David Moore and Clark Moore, so we got to do it together. You know, all 4 of us got to go in there, and then Clark and I got to go in there and talk with Coach Nutt. And so that's a unique experience. It's a very cool experience to have. I'm glad he ended up being a Hog.
He was very bored. Hayden was with Nick Saban.
Yeah, I don't want these championships. We want to go to Arkansas. Hey, we got a live fan feedback here, and who sponsors this these days? Unit, is this Lewis Automotive, or do we know who sponsors this? Lewis Automotive sponsoring this. So check us out on that. You can call us or text us on the Lewis Automotive hotline. That's 877-377-6963. So there's Seattle and Boston, Clay. Those are the 2 teams playing in the Super Bowl. But which city? I've only been to Boston to play. We played in Foxborough when we played the Patriots, but I've never been to hang out. I've been wanting to go to a Red Sox game and hang out for a couple of days. Never been to Seattle. So I don't know. Have you been to either one of these cities? Which one would you like to go to?
I've been to both, but I'm not sure I can really count Boston because I landed at the Boston airport and then drove to Cape Cod to cover the NCAA women's golf tournament. This would have been about 83, 84.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a week out on Cape Cod eating lobster every day. I mean, the locals told me what to do. We were staying in a condo. Me and another sports writer, we shared the expenses. The Tulsa Tribune writer, I was at the Tulsa World. And we went to the dock each morning as the fishing boats came in with the lobster, and we were buying 2-pound lobsters, which is what they told us to get. They're better than the 3-pound lobsters. They're not as tough. We bought live lobsters it was literally pennies. I think it was $2 or $3 for a lobster, which seems obscene. Then we'd take them back, and we had lobster pots in the condo. But so I've been to that area. Did not actually spend the night in Boston, but I covered the Final Four in '95 when Arkansas got to the championship game and lost to UCLA. So I spent 4 days in Seattle. And Seattle's a fun town. I like that. If I say which place could you go to and spend more time, it'd probably be Boston. I'd probably want to go there and spend. And like you say, go to a game at Fenway Park.
That's on my bucket list.
It
is something to do. You used to have the Seattle Supersonics up there. You got Seattle and the Seahawks. I've wanted to go to the Pacific Northwest, no question about it. But
you like fish, don't you?
Yeah, it's
good there.
You like culture. You like. I don't want to eat like a pig's heart in a cow's brain, but yeah, I'll eat regular food. Like I'm not eating squid eyes. It's like we can. I'd be into regular food.
Yeah, some fresh halibut, something like that.
Yeah, let's some imperial longfin.
You got it. Yeah. Like I went up in that Space Needle, the Seattle Space Needle. That was pretty cool. I'm not much on heights, but I had to do that. That was cool. A lot of little local bars in downtown Seattle did that. I remember one of the fun things. I was out just walking, and all at once there's Doc Sadler.
Yeah,
who I knew. You probably remember yesterday. Doc. Yeah, and he was there just as a coach. He was at Arizona State, and I think he was coaching with Bill Frieder at Arizona State, and he said that they had the year before, after Arkansas won the national championship, that Bill Frieder and Doc went in. He says, I can get you an audit with Coach Richardson, and we'll learn their scramble defense. And they spent about an hour with Nolan, and they left there thinking we can't replicate that. That's his own creation, and he's the only one that knows how to do it that way. And he says it's all done by reads and reactions to what the offense does. And he says it's not really coaching a system, it's coaching decision making. And so that's what Nolan does best. We're not even going to try to replicate it.
No, you had to be able to have a little anticipation to play for Nolan. And one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed about this basketball team, Malik Thomas has gotten better on the defensive end as far as being able to kind of cut a passing lane, being able to be crafty and poke a ball from behind. But he's doing it more and more, where each game he's doing it once or twice, 3 times a game. And I didn't notice that early on in the season.
Yeah, you see that he's learning, and he's able to play off his teammates a little better on the defensive end, and he has that anticipation, and will get to passing. He'll play the passing lanes a little more than some of the others, and take some chances. And in that way, he's got some Todd Day in him. You know, Todd, everybody talks about his offense, but he's number 2 or 3 in steals. And of course, part of that is the system they played, and but his anticipation and the length. And I think Thomas has got that length too. He's not as tall as Todd. Todd's 6'7", 6'8". But I would think that Thomas has continued to improve in all areas of his play.
I'm excited to see them play this Saturday against Kentucky. Give a chance at the halfway point to be 7-2 going forward, and be good. You know, if you can go 7-2, I think 14-4 does get you a double bye. I don't know if that's enough to win the SEC this year, but you'd get a double bye. Let's hey, we got a phone caller today. First phone caller of the day, Brian in Greenwood. Brian, welcome to Halftime.
Thank you. Well, you guys were talking about Fenway Park being on your bucket list. And I just want to tell you a little bit about a trip that I took, and something I would definitely suggest. But we went up there at the end of October, beginning of November, and I'm born and raised in Arkansas, but for some reason love that area and those sports teams. So we flew in on a Thursday and got to see Thursday night football at Foxborough and see Tom Brady take on the Dolphins. And unfortunately that year the Red Sox were done playing, and they weren't in the playoffs or anything like that. But they give stadium tours. So I got to see Ted Williams' seat, the Yastrzemski pole, got to go up into the press box, got to go up into the clubhouse, and even got to sit on top of the Green Monster, which was quite a cool experience. And a lot of people don't realize there's actually a restaurant built into the right field fence. There's a cutout, and you can't access it from the stadium. You can only access it from the street. But the locals will go into that bar restaurant and be able to sit there and watch the game through the right field fence. So it was just a pretty cool experience if you ever have a chance to do that. I'd love to catch a game, but I did have that experience in the stadium, and it was really cool.
That is really cool. How lucky. Hey man, on the Super Bowl, who do you got this year?
Oh, the Patriots. Like I said, I'm a Patriots fan. Now, my loyalties a lot, I thought, were to Tom Brady. And when he went to Tampa, I kind of followed him. I cheered for him to win that Super Bowl, too. But I feel the Patriots, with Vrabel being back, the defense that they got, yes, Drake May is a rookie quarterback, and he's going to have some pressure. But 4.5-point underdog, I'll take it. I would bet them money line just to be a little bit profitable there. But, yeah, I'm all about the Patriots. We know what happened last time they were in Seattle, right? Should have gave it to beast mode.
That's right. Hey man, Brian, thanks. That's a cool story, man. Thank you for the phone call. They the Patriots. See, I think Seattle runs the ball a little better. I think they rush the quarterback a little better. But yeah, New England's crafty. I like Drake May. Don't get me wrong. I think he's in his second year too, so it's kind of, rookie by extension. But I just, as the all over team defense and running the ball, I like Seattle. And it's a chance, the knock on Sam Darnold for a little bit was if he got into a big game, he was going to Amber Heard the bed. And now he went out and showcased his skills, and he'll get another chance to do that here in a couple Sundays.
It's going to be a low-scoring game and less turnovers factors. So I think that betting line of under a touchdown is not bad.
Probably so. Yeah. First, unless you get a special teams, unless you get a block punt, unless you get a kick return, a pick six. Yeah, maybe the first one at 27. If you can score 31, you probably win this game. No.
Well, I just think both teams are really good on defense.
I agree with you. No, that's the thing when you make it to this level, and I hope the Arkansas Razorbacks are paying attention, this basketball team, because the teams that make it to the Final Four, the teams that make it to the Elite Eight, you know what they have in common? They know how to play defense.
They can guard you.
Everybody can score. Everybody's got a guy that can go for 23. And Arkansas has a handful of them, but you're going to have to play defense.
Got to get a stop.
We got a guy that can go for 23. He can go for longer than that as well. Maybe close to 30 points if he has to. That's Phil Elson, and we're gonna go to a little break and get our he's not a freshman, but he's definitely an All-American. We'll get Phil Elson coming up after the break.
Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
There's nothing better than hitting a bet unless your whole crew hits it with you. That's what MyBookie's all about. Are you ready for the next 2 weeks of the NFL? We're hooking you up with 2 can't-lose locks of season. Bet up to $10 per lock and double your money when they hit. Select the Lock of Season tab in the sportsbook. Wager up to $10 per lock. Double your money on 4 bets that can't lose. Don't forget about the Bet Back bonus. Go to MyBookie now, punch in code HOGS, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If you don't hit on the first bet, just use your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. Must opt in to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At Mike Jr.'s Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call Mike Jr.'s Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, back, just rolling right along this edition of Halftime. I tried to get, Phil Elson's gone for a little bit, and I try to turn into DJ over here, DJ Laserdisc, and just play music for 9 minutes, but we can't. We're told we're not allowed to do that, so we play music for the allotted amount of time. But Christian Johnson on the board, Fisherman Clay Henry with us as well. And now we have the one and only Phil Elson with us. Phil, you're healthy, you're happy, everything's good with the Honda?
Yeah, everything's fine with the car, thanks. And the roads are all right, and it's been an adventure already today, Matt. I mean, it's no different from like everybody else that's listening. Life, it gets turned upside down when the sky gets turned upside down in a place that doesn't normally happen. So I learned about this thing on my car, under my car, called a skip plate. I don't know if you've heard of this thing, but I don't know if every vehicle has one, but mine did and no longer does. It sounds to me like it's a little bit like like your appendix. It's there. It might have served a purpose years ago, a long time ago, but I don't know if it does anymore. You don't really need it. That's kind of like a skip plate, but they still put it on a car for some sort of purpose. Because mine doesn't have one anymore, but that also means that there's nothing dragging on the road while I'm trying to get to Fayetteville to meet the women's basketball team for today's flight to Baton Rouge. So I appreciate you guys, taking hold of the show and everything today, because I'll have to make that flight, and there wasn't anything I can do about that. And but at least I can join you from the car and be a traffic reporter if you need anything. There's nothing happening right now. There's your traffic report.
No, I like it. Yeah, that skid plate. That's an interesting one. I have heard that, and then they just take it off and they say, okay, as you were, gentlemen, and you move right along. That's good. We've been talking a little bit about Coach Belichick. We've been talking a little bit about the Super Bowl, and we've been talking a little bit about this Arkansas Razorback basketball team. So if you want to, we can go. We can talk about this basketball team for a second, unless you want to talk about something else.
Well, the Belichick thing blows me away, and I'm not even a Patriots fan. That's just that's shocking. Like, I guess I wouldn't expect you to have been unanimous, but there was I think Derek Jeter got all but one vote, and there was a guy who said that on principle he never voted for somebody in their first year, just out of some weird principle. But there's like over 300 people, I think, that vote for the Baseball Hall of Fame. So somebody can play around like that, and it really isn't still going to affect the vote, the ballot. But I didn't even realize that there are only 50 voters for Canton. And so when something should be such a slam dunk, but people will go into a situation like that when on a ballot with an agenda, apparently, that's going to affect who gets in.
And I agree with you.
Really embarrassing way.
I agree with you about the Jeter, about that guy, because there wasn't cause. What about the cause of all the cheating, all the scandal, all the thing? And this wasn't off the field, away from the football. This is he's of deflating footballs, understanding about it, Spygate, recording other people's walkthroughs and understanding what they're going to do in the chess game. I don't know. I think when actions have consequences, and in this world today, a lot of times things don't happen; they get glossed over. Not saying he's not a Hall of Famer, but I have no problem with that being a reason, because that's a reason. Saying you don't vote for Jeter because I don't vote for somebody just because that's an idiot. He doesn't need to be voting anyways. But there is cause for reason why people wouldn't vote for him on the first. But character matters a little bit, and it's football character. It's not off the field character.
Well, I mean, that's a valid point. And you see the same thing in the Baseball Hall of Fame voting. And that ends up going on for decades in some cases, keeping players out when the resume is there to be enshrined. And with Belichick, I guess if it's a 1-year thing, it'll be interesting to see if people won't vote for him a second year. And I wonder if it's going to come out where you find out who this was. I guess Bill Polian was sort of had the finger pointed at him and said, "Hey, that wasn't me."
Well, and he was part of the Colts team. You know, he probably, people upset some people, and people are probably being a little petty. I get that. I'm not saying Bill Belichick's not a Hall of Famer, but you do have to take it all. You take the whole picture in of the football landscape and the things that he's done.
The thing that puzzles me a little bit, and I hear the word puzzle, that he's puzzled by it, which I guess that's his way of kind of standing back and saying, I'm not going to say anything, which is his usual take, is just to avoid any kind of talk at all if it's controversial. But he's still coaching, Phil.
But he didn't get he didn't get an NFL coach. As soon as he got done, he was trying to interview for NFL jobs, and nobody wanted him. I think that tells you a little bit about it. I don't think people actually like Bill Belichick.
I don't think people like him. I think you're right about that. I think he's
a butthole.
The way things went with Kraft, the way he acted up on in podiums for a long, long time. Yes, I mean, I think. And even some of the stuff that's going on with, not as the head coach in North Carolina, but, the whole Jordan Hudson thing. I mean,
he's in a circus. He's in a circus.
So, yes. I was going to say a weird situation, but circus is the right thing. So with Deflategate, with Spygate, I'm not saying that those things didn't happen. I just wonder how much that knocks him down in people's eyes for achievements. And I mean, we can also point to his record with and without Brady, but I truly don't think that matters in the case of voting for Halls of Fame, because the achievements are there, the wins are there, the Super Bowl championships are there, and no other coach has more.
Oh, he'll get in next year. I mean, I'd be stunned if, of course, I guess I'm a little surprised with this, but I probably would vote for him. On the first ballot. I haven't been harmed by anything that he's done, and to be honest, the Spygate stuff is. I mean, I figure everybody does that.
I know, but it's also, we're just seeing too, like in terms of cheating, somebody was just elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Carlos Beltran, who is an admitted member of the whole trash can scandal with the Houston Astros in 2017.
Utilized
he did pay a price. He paid a price the next year when the Mets hired him and fired him as their manager before he ever managed a game for them. And I don't think career-wise Beltran was a first ballot Hall of Famer anyway, but I think he waited 3 years to get in with, I think, kind of an obvious case. So, that, I guess that's held to a different standard than, what Barry Bonds faces and Roger Clemens faces and Andy Pettitte faces. And I've been saying for a long time, I think that the thing that changes that is the needle, because Gaylord Perry's in the Hall of Fame and they're admitted cheaters, in that Hall of Fame. I think they're admitted gamblers who were banned from football for a year who are in Canton too. So, but I think that makes a valid point too. And
I think
the football character end of it, there is a difference between being a Hall of Famer and being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And I think he'll get in. I'm with you, and maybe I'm in the minority of this, but I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Andy Pettitte should be in the Hall of Fame. I think Roger Clemens should be in the Hall. There's a lot of guys out there that I think should be in the Hall of Fame that were accused of the whole steroid scandal. Alex Rodriguez, another guy. I think, like him or hate him, you're telling the story of the sport, and that's something. And they were valuable enough to be there. Just like I think Belichick is a Hall of Famer and will get in.
And I don't know who was responsible for the votes that Belichick did not get, but this is a time-honored thing in sport. Please. I've had this conversation for years with people in baseball that despise that baseball writers are the filter to examine their career to whether or not they become enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame. And now there are players committees and era committees, which are different from that guys have to wait longer. And even there have been years when it's been up to those veterans committees made up of players and former managers where nobody's gotten in. So it's not automatic in that case. Just look at who's won who's won MVP awards in some cases where it might have been obvious that the media hated him and he wasn't going to get enough votes, even though he had the sort of season to win that award. So I guess this is just this kind of plays through that tradition in some sense.
Well, this has been fun. That was fun to dive into. I want to talk a little basketball with you if you still have a couple minutes, Phil.
Dude, I got another like hour and a half, 2 hours in the car. So whatever you need.
Yeah, let's hit a break and then we'll come back and we'll all dive into this basketball team. I know we were texting last night during the game, and one of the things I think that is really valid is the team is inconsistent. But in basketball, when you have the best player, you always got a chance. And we're going to come back with our best player. That's Phil Elson here in a little bit. But let's go to a break, Unit.
It's not like a must-win, like, we're going to kill all the firstborns of every player if we lose. But, it's a game you really, really want to win.
This is halftime.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi's stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test. Having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date, score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Brandon Zimmerman in Barling or call Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
It's tax season and those checks are coming, so put that refund to work and come see Cody and the gang at Advanced Mechanical Performance in Fort Smith. Need repair or service on your ATV or UTV? Advanced Mechanical Performance can do it all. Plus, they've got you covered on power sports parts and accessories, too. Call 434-4161. That's 434-4161. Or stop by 3201 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith. Advanced Mechanical Performance. It's what you should be striving for.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Have you heard about the Down Payment Assistance Program? It's a limited time offer at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. That little bit of extra help you need to get into your next car is available now at Harry Robinson. Troy, how does this program work?
Hey, Tommy, you come in, you take a look at a vehicle out here that you like. You know, it's one that we've had just a little bit too long. We can help you out with your down payment. That's the whole reason that we started this program, and it only is going on until the end of this month. So come down here and see us and take advantage of this. This is money that you can add to a deal that helps you get to a better payment, get you a better interest rate, get you in a better financial spot with the bank. It can eat up some of that negative equity. So come and see us at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. Let's get you set up for the Down Payment Assistance Program. And the great news, everyone qualifies, but it's only going on until the end of this month.
So if you have challenged credit, that's no problem at Harry Robinson Salisal Ford. It's a limited time offer. The Down Payment Assistance Program. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946, no pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The celebration starts now. Now let's get back to Halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend Matt Jones.
Woo! Nice. Four Beatles unit. Who are the Four Beatles, and who is that singing that one right there?
That would be Paul McCartney.
Nice.
And he's one of them. George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon.
Yep. Yoko Ono, always bringing up the rear. That's very right. Man, what a fun show. Just moving right along here. A couple segments left. Clay Henry with us all 3 hours today, man. It's been fun. Clay, always enjoy hanging out and chatting with you. Christian Johnson on the board. And then Phil Elson joining us a little bit on his own show. We like it when Phil can just stop by for a second. He's got it going on, headed up the hill, about to head to Baton Rouge for a women's basketball game. But let's talk a little boys basketball, a little Razorback basketball. What did you see yesterday? What just kind of your synopsis of what this basketball team is right now, and how different this team's going to be in the next 40 days?
I want to know. I wasn't able to watch the post game presser. I don't know if Cal mentioned it, but I want to know what he said to them at the timeout before the first half was over, when they're down 13, and he calls a timeout, and then the next thing you know, 7-0 run, get within 2, finish first half down 4. I was nervous watching it. I also thought to myself, I've seen this before. It's like the same thing from Georgia. It's the same thing from Auburn, where you fall behind early, big time, on the road. Fought back against Georgia, couldn't finish it. But the way they finished the first half, I had a lot of confidence that they were going to fix what was their ill early in the game. Interior defense was terrible, and Nigel Pack just had a lot of open shots. They, like the way that they defended him a lot differently in the second half. And you remember back before, I think it was at least maybe mid-November, Matt, I brought it up on the show that Arkansas is the only team in the SEC that is going to be led in scoring by a freshman. You're going to have your top 2 scorers be freshmen. And most across the league, it's guys like Nigel Pack, who've been around for a long, long time. I'm not saying there aren't talented freshmen or good young players, but these two stand out in a way that nobody else does, in a tandem. I mean, this is a year where you got some really great freshmen all across the country, but there is no tandem like this one. And I'm not going to make like grand proclamations about, it works this way and that way to put basketball teams together. But Cal, I think, is doing well at adjusting to the times while still sticking to his guns on, I think, the way he would like to put a basketball team together. It's the Darius A-Cup show, but I heard you guys talking about it earlier. Malik Thomas is getting better as a defender, as somebody that isn't just a 3-point shooter. And it was great. I mean, it's like, all right, you and I were texting the first half. I'm like, man, they're so uneven and everything. I just got to remember, just win road game. It doesn't matter what the score. Just go win a road game. It's that difficult to do. Ugly wins are great, because sometimes you got to win ugly in March too.
Go ahead, Clay, if you got something.
Yeah, I think what I go along with everything you said there, Phil, and I would add that they got something from 8 guys. And we get fixated with what A-Cup and Thomas do because they are freshmen, but the key to this is that they get a little bit something from all 8 of their guys, and you can't go on the road and have 3 donuts, 3 guys that don't score, 3 guys that don't contribute, 3 guys that just decided that they're going to be innocent bystanders, so to speak. And they didn't have that last night. I thought they got a little bit from every player. There were key moments that every player could say they contributed to a road win for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and that's the sign of a really good team.
I think that, and to your point, like some of the big men, look at how Ewan is ready for his opportunities. Pringle looked ready for his chances to score yesterday. Be a complimentary player, that's great, but that doesn't mean that you're just, helping the other guy, these two that we bring up all the time, score, because Acup is such a great distributor. And that was one of the things that was just a heck of a lot of fun yesterday was the alley-oop show that they put on. You're also watching Oklahoma do a little bit of the same thing, but just some high-flying basketball for a while.
Hey, we're about the halfway point. So this Saturday, the atmosphere is going to be ridiculous, Phil. And you get to you call a lot of games, and you've been around a lot of football games, basketball games, baseball games. Think about this, how this drastic contrast to how this is going to be, man. So we're going to play January 31st. We're going to play Kentucky in Bud Walton at 5:30, right? Then February 7th, Saturday morning at 11 a.m., we're going to play Mississippi State at Starkville. There's going to be 14 people in the gym.
14.
This is just the total opposite end. So it just shows you if this team has grown or not. If we can go 2-0 in these next two games, I'd feel really confident because we know how college kids get. They get real emotional. They're going to be right in that atmosphere. It's going to be electric in Bud Walton Saturday. And then you're going to get a little bit of a time off. I'm just as interested as this Saturday as how they bring it when they go down to Starkville Saturday morning. What's your thoughts on how they approach these next two basketball games?
That's an interesting, comparison too, Matt, because it's like one of the things you hear on our network, one of the sounders is a hog call that you can tell is from inside Bud Walton Arena. And I recorded it with my phone. It was the last time that Kentucky came to Bud Walton Arena, and that's like to blow the roof off the place. That's the game everybody anticipates. One of the main reasons is because of who the Kentucky coach was, and now everybody's showing up there to back him up, which I think is amazing. So I bet you they're going to be just fine. In terms of not looking, maybe they'll talk afterwards about, we're backing up our coach and everything, but I trust the way that they win games at Bud Walton, even a couple of the ugly ones too. I do think Kentucky will. I watched as much as I could of their Vanderbilt game. That looked like a team that was.
I think they were looking ahead. Yeah, I think they could be looking ahead a little bit because I really think, Phil, this Kentucky team's a really good team. They're trying to figure out some things as well. But as far as the last couple games with the Razorbacks playing, we haven't played a team as athletic as Kentucky. So they're going to be able to match us in a lot of positions in their athletic ability.
Did it ever bother you if you walked into a stadium or an arena on the road and there's nobody there? Because I feel like sometimes athletes feed off the home crowd of the other team, but if you walk in there and it's just totally empty and there's 14
it almost
people,
works the other way. It almost puts you at ease, and it almost makes you not respect the opponent like it does because you're like their own fans don't even like them, like how they're not any good, and then they come out there and they do well. So it can work both. It can work both ways doing that. We definitely played games and. There's nobody that shows up, and then the other team's pretty good, and there's nothing better being a player going on the road and silencing the crowd. But there has to be a crowd there to silence.
Another aspect of that, which we saw last night, and I knew this would be the case, OU basketball is not the thing right now. It is, if you want to go watch a really good basketball game in Oklahoma, you go watch the Thunder.
That's right.
And they have met some resistance from their own fans for some of these type games. Well, guess who filled in those empty seats? It was Razorback fans. You had hog calls, and they showed. Dane Bradshaw made sure to comment on that. And I think the same thing's going to happen in Starkville. You'll see Arkansas fans there. It's not that far for East Arkansas Razorback fans to make that trip to Starkville.
No, that's like 5.5 hours from Little Rock. I've driven that a lot. Not driving it for this. I wouldn't drive it for that game, but for a baseball series, yeah. And we get plenty of fans that show up for that too.
Yeah, just think about folks from Lake Village and Dumas and McGee. those people are they'll make that trip.
All right, one more, Phil. We gotta come up to a break, but I do want to ask. It involves the Pittsburgh Steelers without involving the Pittsburgh Steelers, but a team in your division just hired an OC from another team in your division who was one of my former receiver coaches in Jacksonville, Todd Monken. So the years ago, last 2 years that I was there, he was a receiver coach. Was the OC at Georgia when they won some national championships. Goes to the Ravens, underachieves. Now going to be the head coach at Cleveland. You're feeling pretty good that that's who they went out and hired, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I were Cleveland, I would want to get an offensive guy, a quarterback guy too. But that's all. Not only is that where quarterback careers go to die, that's where offensive coaches' careers go to die too. They got to do something about their personnel. Although, hey, Matt, they have a Pro Bowl quarterback.
That's right.
You heard of Shedeur Sanders? He's a Pro Bowler, so they got something to work with, I guess. No, it's a very Cleveland hire. It makes sense to me. It's just nothing ever works there.
I thought it was an interesting hire. But yeah, I think if you're a Baltimore, if you're Cincinnati or you're Pittsburgh, you're like, yeah, everything's in its right place, just like Thomas York said. Everything's in its right place, and Cleveland will still be at the bottom. Well, hey, man, be safe. Thank you for joining us for a couple segments. Made my day today, but be safe going down there to Baton Rouge.
Well, thank you guys for helping pick me up today. That means a lot, man. I know I'll be back with you guys tomorrow from Baton Rouge, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, Phil.
Safe travels.
That's Phil Elson, and Clay. Thank you for coming in for an extra hour today, because things happen quick.
It seemed like nothing.
We adjust and adapt. That's right. We're going to adjust and adapt and go to one more commercial break, and then we're going to come back and wrap this show up.
It's not just about competing for bowl games. Going to bowl games is going to be the minimum expectation around here.
This is halftime.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
All-white chicken meat breaded in tortilla chips. They're Taco Bell's crispy chicken nuggets. Pretty different than the nugs you're used to. Haters will say, that's not the classic nugget. Haters are right. Haters will love them anyways. Oh, and they come with Hidden Valley Ranch, another classic. But we mix it up with Diablo. They can't hate that. I mean, they can, but they won't. Crispy chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. A brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Start the year strong with New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders from WT Equipment. Enjoy outstanding comfort, class-leading visibility, and best-in-class boom geometry for exceptional lift and reach. With fuel-efficient models from 60 to 90 horsepower and a wide range of attachments, the 300 Series CTLs are ready for whatever the job and the year throws at you. See the New Holland 300 Series compact track loaders today at WT Equipment in Springdale. WT Equipment. Equip your future, elevate your potential.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
The best things in life are free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, man. What an eventful, pleasant Wednesday show. And Christian Johnson on the board, Clay Henry with us as well. Clay, any final thoughts? I guess we'll get you next Tuesday and Wednesday again. But you want any final thoughts on this Arkansas-Kentucky game? Kind of what you're looking for, the excitement. This is why you come to Arkansas, right? To come to Arkansas is to play in big games like this.
Yeah, and I think if if you're at Kentucky, this is a huge game. I mean, it's I don't know that the Kentucky fans quite have a feel for what kind of team they have, and they were really busy at firing the coach about 2 weeks ago, and now they seem to have righted the ship. And I think it'll be a competitive, high energy, high-octane Arkansas-Kentucky game, and it ought to be a lot of fun to watch.
Favorite Kentucky player is Tony Delk's one of mine. Jamal Mashburn's one of mine. I know I'm going a little farther back. Malik Monk, just because Marcus Monk, I'm a Marcus Monk fan, and he went there and played. But do you have a favorite Kentucky player?
Well, I kind of like Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what he did as a freshman was pretty insane. I think that covers it. I tend to not really pay that much attention to Kentucky until we play him.
Same. Yeah, I don't. But Tony Delk had a little of that Al Dillard in him. It seemed like, man, he didn't find a shot he didn't like, and he could fill it up from everywhere.
That's true. I'm excited for this game, and I think that it's there's going to be there's a little pressure on Arkansas. It's like they're supposed to win this game. They won at Rupp last year, and I think that if you're Kentucky, you have a little bit of an advantage that you come in with a chip on your shoulder. We'll see. It's Arkansas will be the hunted in this game, and that's not as easy a position as being the hunter.
Well, we've had a great time. We did have a fishing question. We'll get to it. It's a little cold out there. We'll get to it next week with Clay. He is our fisherman expert. But, man, what a fun show today, Clay. Thanks for all 3 hours today.
Glad to do it, Matt, anytime.
Well, we're going to get out of here, And we will join you again tomorrow. I think we'll have Phil Elson with us, and then Christian Johnson will be on the controls. And I'll go back to being Robin, and we'll have a good show tomorrow. See you around.